Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling strangely small? Even though nothing obviously rude was said. Maybe someone interrupted you. Maybe they brushed off your idea with a quick, "Yeah, sure." Maybe they laughed, but something about it felt slightly off. And afterward, you keep replaying the moment in your mind. Was that disrespect? Did I imagine it? Why do people treat me like that sometimes? What's confusing is that it doesn't happen with everyone. Some people walk into a room, and others naturally listen to them. They don't shout, they don't demand attention. Yet somehow, people rarely interrupt them, dismiss them, or talk over them. So what's the difference? Is it confidence, status, personality, or could it be something much simpler? Something most of us were never taught to notice. Because the truth is, a surprising amount of disrespect disappears the moment one subtle thing changes, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Imagine two people saying the exact same sentence. "I think we should try another approach." The first person says it quickly, eyes drifting away, voice fading near the end. The second says it calmly, pauses slightly, and looks at the group while speaking. Same words, very different reactions. Why? Psychologists studying social signaling and status perception often find that people subconsciously read microsignals long before they process words. Tone, pauses, eye contact, posture. In other words, people don't only listen to what you say, they read how certain you seem about saying it. Have you noticed how someone sometimes talks over you, but later, they don't interrupt someone else saying the same thing? Or how a quiet pause from a confident person can make a whole room wait? This isn't about dominance, it's about signals. Humans evolved to detect social cues extremely quickly. Within seconds, our brains decide, is this person unsure? Is this person steady? And strangely enough, people often mirror the signals you send even when they don't realize it. So when someone repeatedly experiences subtle disrespect, the real question might be, what signals are others unconsciously reading? The interesting part is that fixing this doesn't require becoming louder, tougher, or more aggressive. In fact, the opposite usually works better. Start with something simple, slowing down. When people feel nervous or unsure, they often rush their words. But when someone speaks slightly slower, the brain interprets it as calm certainty. Another small shift is holding the end of your sentence. Many people unconsciously drop their voice at the end, almost like asking permission. Instead, finish the sentence and pause for a moment. Not a long pause, just enough to let the words land. Eye contact helps too, but not intense staring. Just steady attention when you speak, and when someone interrupts. Instead of shrinking back, you can calmly say, "Let me finish this thought." No anger, no apology, just clarity. What's fascinating is that people often adjust immediately when they encounter this kind of calm steadiness, because respect isn't usually forced. It's quietly negotiated through signals, and when those signals change, the entire interaction often shifts with them. Think about the people who seem naturally respected wherever they go. They aren't always the smartest person in the room. They aren't always the loudest either. But there's something steady about them. They speak like someone who expects their words to matter. Not arrogantly, just calmly certain. And people feel that. Respect, in many ways, moves like a mirror. It reflects the signals we send often before we realize we're sending them. Which means something surprisingly hopeful. Small changes can reshape entire conversations, even entire relationships. So the next time someone cuts you off, dismisses your idea, or speaks over you, pause, not to fight, not to prove anything, just to adjust the signal. You might be surprised how quickly the room begins to listen. And if this idea resonated with you, share your thoughts below. Sometimes, the smallest insights create the biggest shifts.